Good evening and welcome to our celebration of the Winter Solstice. We're working together. We gather on this night in the early blackness and refreshing cold of winter to be together in the darkness, to appreciate the restfulness and the peace that comes in the dark, and also to recognize that this is the point when the light is reborn. Gathered here in darkness, we draw a circle of community and recognize that the darkness is where we hold seeds of hopes and dreams to come. Here is where we nourish our visions of love, joy, and peace for all. Here we shield tender roots of new life and new creations until they are strong enough to emerge and flourish in the light. As we gather this evening, may we look within ourselves to the warm dark and enjoy the wonders of this restful time. May we hold in our hearts these words from Richard Gilbert. We pause in holy quiet of the nourishing dark. In winter's embrace, the nights are long. We miss the sparkling daylight hours, the long days of brightness and activity. We yearn for their swift return and wonder if we can wait or if our patience will at last give out. We forget the nourishing dark at our peril. There is mystery in the dark to be explored. There is the adventure of that which cannot be known, cannot be seen, can only be experienced in the soul. There is deepness in the dark, impenetrable and inviting. In the darkness, we rest our bodies and our souls. We escape that which distracts and confuses. We come face to face with ourselves. We come into the deep places of our being. Darkness is not merely the absence of light. Darkness is not simply an interval between days. Darkness is the softness of things, the blessed quiet of night. May we not bemoan the dark, but relish it. May we feel its powerful presence and rejoice in its mystical embrace. May we celebrate the deep and nourishing dark.
Turns a dreary morning to a magic winter If you will now rise and join us in the calling of the spirits from Earth's four directions. Please turn to the brightening east. Spirit of the east, home of the rising sun, we welcome you into our circle this night. We feel the embrace of the spring winds stirring our minds. We hear the soft rustle of air through the leaves. We feel life renewing itself again and again. Here, knowledge is born on light, swift wings. We kindle this fire today in the east and invoke the spirit of the air. Flow within us, wind of life. Let there be truth and knowledge. Spirit of the air, be with us tonight. Welcome, air.
And if you will please turn to the blazing south. Spirit of the south, spirit of the noonday sun, we welcome you into our circle this night. We feel the blast of summer wind igniting passion. We hear the sharp crackle of dancing flames. Here transformation reigns. Here cleansing fires temper and renew. The sun at the noon of his majesty illuminates the world and ignites the spark of life within all. We kindle this fire today in the south and invoke the spirit of fire. Flow within us, O flame of life. Let there be passion and inspiration. Spirit of fire, be with us tonight.
If you'll turn to the west. Please turn to the watery west, spirit of the west, spirit of the failing light of the setting sun. We feel the caress of autumn wind awakening dreams. We hear the ebbing of the flowing of the sea. Here intuition reigns. Here emotion flickers in the depths of the dark springs. The well fills with the waters of the bosom of the earth. The cup overflows with deep wisdom. We kindle this fire today in the west and invoke the spirit of water. Flow within us, O well of life. Let there be wisdom and intuition. Waters of the west, be with us tonight.
And if you will please turn to the frozen north. Spirit of the north, spirit of the star-strewn midnight sky, we feel the bite of winter chilling heart and bone. We hear the crunch of snow beneath our feet. Here winter grasps the land. Here darkness reigns. Dreams are born and nurtured. The seeds of peace are sown. The visions of a new world are nourished. We kindle this fire today in the north and invoke the spirit of earth. Grow within us, tree of life. Let there be strength and courage. Spirits of the earth, be with us tonight.
And now you can face this way. And we will light our chalice, symbolizing our center. Please join together in the words printed in your order of service. We light this flame in remembrance of our ancestors who kindled bonfires on the barren hills of winter to beg the sun to stay alive, to give it strength for its return. We light this flame in affirmation of the light that dwells within each of us, the light that is part of our one light. We are not asked to look at the light. We are asked to look at and love and praise and heal the world this light illumines. Please exchange friendly solstice greetings. As we've already made mention, part of solstice is both thanking the darkness, thanking the night, and honoring and giving blessings to the return of the light. And tonight, I would like to tell you a story about how the great creator found the need for darkness. Many people think that the great creator started with creating light. Odin, Ra, Yahweh, Bumba, Shiva, to name some of the great creator's names. It was said that the great creator said, "Let there be light," and the world was illumined. And that is only half true. The great creator actually started with energy. The great creator asked there to be energy, and it showed up glowing, streaming with light. And the great creator spread it all across the sky, and the sky glowed blues and oranges and pinks, all vibrant. And when the light streamed down to the earth, the energy touched the earth, and it woke it. Grass started to shoot from the ground. Trees, green and brown, rooted themselves in rainbowed flower beds. The seas began to fill with life. The forests had chirping birds and scampering animals. The earth was alive and happy, and the great creator looked at all it had done, and it said that it was good. I grew up Happy solstice, everyone. But after a while, with all of this energy streaming down to the earth, the animals began to seem a bit sluggish, and the riverbeds began to get a bit low, and the lush green things began to turn a bit brown, and the great creator thought, I wonder why this is happening. I've given this earth so much beautiful light and energy. The great creator went down to see if it could figure out what was going on, and it came up to a panting caribou. And it said, "What is wrong, caribou?" And the caribou said, "There is so much light streaming down all the time, it's making everything hot. And us animals that like the cold, we cannot handle so much light all the time." And then a squirrel in a nearby tree said, "Yeah, I don't so much mind the heat, but the light tells me that it's time to romp and gather. And I am just so tired from romping and gathering all the time. I need a break." And then the grass, kind of greenish, brownish on the ground, said, "Hey, yeah, I don't scamper or romp, but there's so much energy coming into me all of the time. This is what I eat, and I am very, very full." And the great creator thought, aha, what I need to do is I need to make more living things to absorb this energy. So the great creator spread seeds all over the face of the earth, and it waited, and it waited, and it waited for more things to grow. But more things did not grow. The great creator thought, I know. I have to put these seeds where the most light is, where the most energy is. So the great creator looked, and it found the places on the earth where there were the most light hitting the earth. And it carefully spread seeds here and there, and it waited, and waited, and waited, and nothing was growing. And the great creator was very frustrated, and the riverbeds grew lower, and the green things grew browner, and the animals grew more sluggish, and the great creator had thought that perhaps it had failed. So it did one thing left. It said, I'm just going to examine the entire earth and see if there's anything that I can see about what went wrong. The great creator looked, and it looked, and it looked all over every place on the earth, and by a riverbed, lo and behold, there was one shoot of green grass coming up from the ground. And the great creator ran over to it, and it said, "Grass, how are you green and growing? Why? Tell me your secret." And the grass shoot looked up at the great creator and it said, "When I was just a seed, an animal stepped on me and pushed me into the ground, and I found the soothing dark." Us growing living things, we need energy to thrive and darkness to heal and soothe. And the great creator thought about this for a moment, and it said, I know. And it scooped up all the energy into the sky in one big ball. And it set the ball in the sky. And then it took the earth and it spun it. So the earth was spinning, and only half of it was ever in the light of the ball of energy. So half the day, the earth could grow and thrive in light and energy. And half the day, the earth could be in soothing darkness for rest and healing. It is often said that on the final day of creation, the great creator rested. It too had learned a lesson. On the final day, the great creator paid homage to the dark.
Okay.
I invite you to enter with us into a time of myth and legend, to hear the tale of two immortal brothers, twins, as alike and as different as day and night. No one knows which of the two is older.
I am.
No, I am.
For both are said to have existed since the dawn of time.
In frosty darkness I am born, and in frosty darkness I die, only to be reborn again and again. I rule over autumn and winter, the times of harvest, of aging, and of wisdom, and of rest. I am the Holly King.
And
he of
I
the-
am the Oak King. In warm luminescence I am born, and in warm luminescence I die. I rule over spring and summer, the times of planting, of growth, of learning, and of renewal. I am the Oak King.
You already said that.
Like many brothers, the Oak King and the Holly King sometimes don't get along.
He calls me
He
names.
steals my stuff.
Sometimes they don't know how to share.
Why should I share? I'm the king.
For now.
Sometimes they even fight.
Fight? He kills me every winter to steal my crown. He's plotting to off me right now.
Only because you kill me every summer to steal my crown.
Fortunately, even the most stubborn person can learn to get along with others.
I'm not stubborn. It's not my fault. He's a twit.
I'll be nice, but only if he apologizes.
Fortunately, even families that have been estranged for years,
Centuries.
Millennia?
Don't correct me.
for millennia, can be
You
reconciled.
wish.
It begins with learning to recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every...
Ha! His only worth lies in the crown he gives me each winter, and man, it's so easy to take it from him.
Dignity? He's about as dignified as a chimpanzee searching for a banana.
You take that back.
It begins with learning to respect those you disagree with.
I respect him, and by respect, I mean loathe with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns!
That was uncalled for.
And once you learn to affirm each other's worth and respect each other, you can work on ways to overcome your differences.
Oh, we have ways.
Yes, really effective ways. My favorite begins with a truncheon and ends with a thud.
Ways that do not involve violence.
Oh.
We're going to try one of those non-violent ways today.
We are? Do I have to?
Do you want to turn it wearing the crown?
He's just going to hurt me to take it.
Well, it's my turn.
He's not going to hurt you.
He's not?
I'm not.
No, you're not. You're going to have a little contest.
Oh, like a duel.
Or a nuclear arms race.
No.
Oh.
Darn.
You may notice that behind you there are 2 drums.
I like drums.
I'm really good at drums.
Yeah, well, I'm better.
Ha, you wish.
Okay, your majesties, thank you. Oak King, choose a drum, please. Any drum.
Why does he get to pick first?
Because he's the incumbent.
Not for long.
Oak King, please select a drum.
All right, let's do this.
Not so fast. Ours is an interdependent world, and those of us living in it should have a say in how our world is run. So I would like to ask everyone to pick a team. Team Oak or Team Holly?
Ooh, pick me. Pick me. It's a much better team. It's a much better team.
We got
You
this.
can participate by clapping, stomping, or cheering along with your chosen king. Holly King, you are the current ruler of the known universe, so your side gets to go first.
Oh, we totally got this.
Okay, all right. Now the Oak King.
Follow me, my good and loyal Oaklings. Oh, yeah.
Curses, I must admit defeat.
Now, let's speed it up a bit, shall we? Now remember to take turns. Holly, Team Holly, Go for it. A little faster, a little louder, a little more clapping, a little more stomping if you are Team Holly. Okay.
That was
Oh.
pretty good, but can you do this?
I must admit defeat.
Hand over the crown, tree boy.
You get the crown, but only on one condition.
Condition?
Yep.
Fine. Bah. What's the condition?
In 6 months, you will give your brother a chance to win the crown back, and you will not try to hurt him to get it.
Another drum battle.
I can agree to that.
Okay, good. Give him the crown.
Here you go. All hail, O King. Give the man a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you for helping keep the wheel of the year turning and ushering in this waning season. Now, in honor of the peaceful reign of the Holly King and how gracious he was in handing over that crown, we are going to sing a song now in his honor. We will rise in body or spirit to sing hymn 235, Deck the Halls. Please be seated. And thank you to Reese and Aiden for once again being fantastic Oak and Holly Kings. Now, in the beginning of the world, there was no sun in the sky. Everyone was falling into holes, bumping into one another, picking a lot of fights. Lion called a meeting of all. Everyone came. Giraffe, zebra, antelope, monkey, cobra. They jostled and bickered with one another for a long time before Crocodile finally got their attention.
Listen, people.
Said the crocodile.
Umoja. If we're gonna solve our problems, we've got to admit that despite our differences, we're all in this together.
Antelope broke the sober silence that followed Crocodile's words.
Harambe,
She said.
we've got to pull together.
Yes, shouted someone else. Harambe, we've got to pull together. And the crowd repeated it. That's our crowd. Then Leopard began the problem solving.
Sometimes when it rains,
he suggested.
the sky cracks open. You know how you can see a blaze of light on the other side of the crack? If only we could get to the other side of the sky and get some of that light for ourselves.
Hyena laughed.
How are we supposed to get up there?
She asked.
Even if we could get up there, we're too big to get through the crack.
Elephant pointed out. Mouse nudged Spider and tapped Fly's wing.
We're not too big.
She whispered. Then in a loud voice she offered,
Spider-Fly and I will try.
The people murmured hopeful approval. We've got good people,
Wait a second.
said the Fly.
I can't go with a spider. She'll eat me.
You're forgetting.
Cried the monkey.
Harambe, we've got to pull together.
Imbani.
Said the Spider firmly.
Have faith, Fly. Why would I eat you when you're helping us all get the light?
Fly was silent while he thoughtfully rubbed two of his back legs together.
Harambe,
Said the mouse.
we've got to pull together.
Okay,
Said the Fly finally.
I'll go.
The big animals cheered.
And we'll stay right here and make music for you until you return.
Announced the lion. Now Spider spun a silver ladder to the top of the sky. Mouse and Fly climbed carefully after her. With her sharp little teeth, Mouse gnawed a hole in the sky at the end of the ladder, and the three small animals squeezed themselves through to the land of the sky people. They blinked and looked at one another in the new light. Mouse's whiskers bristled delicately and Fly's wings glittered purple and green. They could hear a faint surge of sound from the people below. Spider smiled.
We did it.
She said.
Harambe,
Said Mouse.
we're pulling together.
Everywhere around them in a shining grass field were the sky people, moving swish, swish to and fro. The sky people questioned their strange visitors and then took Mouse, Fly, and Spider to their king. These people want light, they told their king. They say they've come from Earth to get it. Now, the king of the sky people didn't want to give these strangers light, but he also did not wish to appear stingy. So he shifted on his throne, adjusting his bright robes, and pressed his fingertips together.
This is not a small matter.
He said importantly.
I must call a meeting.
Spider, Mouse, and Fly watched as the sky people gathered behind the vibrant black, red, and blue folds of a big tent. Fly winked at his companions, then flew toward the secret council. The people inside talked long and seriously, but they never noticed Fly, who had taken a place very quietly on the wall.
Listen, we can't give these people light.
Said the king.
We'll give them a test instead. They won't be able to pass it, and then we can send them away.
So the king pushed back the beautiful cloth, and Fly flew quickly to Spider and Mouse.
He's gonna try and trick us.
Fly whispered.
We're going to have to all pull together.
Said Spider.
Harambe!
Murmured the mouse.
Friends,
Said the king to the three small animals.
my people need grass for their roofs. You may have the light, if only if you cut down all the grass in this field by morning.
The king smiled smugly. Mouse smiled back.
Well, thank you for your generosity, old king. We'll do it. What do you mean we'll do it?
Cried the Fly when the king had gone away.
We're never going to be able to cut down all this grass. Imani!
Said Spider. Mouse thought for a moment.
Yes!
She said,
Hurry, I'll be right back.
Mouse wiggled back through the hole in the sky and down the silver ladder. Soon she returned in the company of the ants, who had been making music at the bottom. They marched, feelers keeping time to the drum beats far below. Yelled the ants, and by morning not a single stalk of grass stood in the field. The king looked uncomfortable, but he pretended to be pleased.
Ah,
He said,
well, yes, I see that you've passed the first test, but now, of course,
the king paused and pressed his fingers together.
you must pass another test. I'll call a meeting.
So Spider and Mouse waited outside while Fly once again took his silent place on the wall. The king was furious.
These little people are strong.
He fumed.
I can see we're gonna have to give them the light, but I'm gonna make it hard for them.
So Fly buzzed back and told his friends the king's plan,
He's got 2 boxes.
explained Fly.
The black one contains the darkness. The red one has the light, and he's gonna make us pick.
Just then, the king burst through the curtain with the 2 boxes.
You must choose.
He said. He narrowed his eyes and traded the boxes from one hand to the other.
Light or dark?
He raised his eyebrows and he waited. Mouse pretended to think. She said. Then quickly, before the king could change his mind, she grabbed the red box, raced for the hole in the sky. Mouse, Spider, and Fly plunged down the silver ladder into the waiting, music-making crowd below.
They've returned.
Roared the lion.
They've returned.
Mouse's whiskers trembled a little.
We've all got to pull together, all of us.
She said in her loudest voice.
And we've brought you the light in a box.
The crowd hushed when Spider and Fly pushed up the lid on the red box, but out of the box came not light at all. Instead, Rooster jumped out of the box. He picked up one foot, then the other, and rustled his feathers handsomely. Mouse felt her cheeks grow hot. Rooster was not light. She'd been tricked by the Sky King. They all began to protest. At that moment, Rooster threw back his head.
Ha ha, Rummy!
He called out.
Ha, Rummy!
And at once, the eastern sky filled with color. Pink and yellow it glowed, and then the sun popped fiery red into the sky. And that's how it was on that very first golden pull together morning. And Rooster has been calling up the sun for us ever since.
Ha ha, Rummy!
Thank you, Rooster. And thank you to Julie, who might be hearing different voices this evening. We are going to continue with the giving and receiving of our offering, which you will see in your order of service, that all of our holiday services, the offerings, are donated to our homelessness services programs. You can find out more about them in the order of service, and we thank you for your generosity. we have come together from our many homes to join in this celebration of darkness and light. We have come together out of the cold to fill this place with songs and stories and the warmth of people willing to share of themselves during this glorious season. Let us now join together in filling this sacred space with light, using our own energy, our power, our hope, our dreams, and our goodwill to encourage the sun to return to us once again. Here in the darkness of our sacred space, let us feel the warmth of our community, knowing we are not alone. For in the quiet shadow is the glow of life within all. Let us know in the darkness the gift each candle bears, a small flame, a diminutive light, yet the wondrous gift to see another's glow. Let us be in awe at this moment as we each light a flame and the light envelops this room as our hopes for peace and goodwill fill this night. So may it be. So we invite you now, as Linda plays, to come forward with your candles, lighting them, placing them in these bowls of sand, and helping us bring back the light once again. Spirit of winter, rest. Help us to enjoy your peace. Remind us to pause during this season. Grant us awareness. Keep our gratitude fresh each day. May the songs in our hearts be blessings and insights to us and to others. And may compassion always shine forth from the depths of our hearts.
And at this time, we will release the spirits that have come into the room this evening, spirits of all directions and elements of the earth. Thank you, air. Thank you, fire. Thank you, water. Thank you, earth. And for our final and closing hymn, we will sing a song that I'm sure we're not used to singing as a closing hymn. But we sing it now in honor of the breaking season of mourning. Will you please rise in body and or spirit and sing number 38, Morning Has Broken.
May the love of this season be with you through all the days of the year and give you strength and courage. May the peace of this season be ever in you and bring you comfort and hope. May the light of this season shine in your heart and bring you happiness and laughter. May the joy that is in you be shared with others tonight and always. Our circle is open, but never broken. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be, go in peace, a very happy solstice. And please be seated for our postlude.